Tumbles Gym, where you always have a friend. Won't you stay so we can play and have some fun? Welcome to the Tumbles Gym. It's time to begin. Let's play and have some fun. Won't you stay so we can play and have some fun?
Hello everyone, Miss Lisa here, and I'm the director of Tumbles Johns Creek, and this week's activity is going to be perfect for all of our 6 to 9-year-old future scientists out there. Today we're going to learn a little bit about how natural gas is made, and then we'll be making our very own pumps out of common household items to explore the journey that natural gas takes as it's pumped from deep inside of the earth all the way to your home. Are you ready? Great, because class is starting. Hi there. Today we are in my home STEAM lab, better known as my kitchen table. STEAM stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Art, and Math. Today's lesson falls in the science category, and it's just one of the many activities you will see in our STEAM classes and camps at Tumbles Johns Creek. If you want more information on our programs, a link to our summer camps and classes can be found in the description below. Most people don't think very often about natural gas because it isn't something everyone uses in their homes, but it's becoming more and more popular and very useful. Natural gas has many applications, including heating for buildings like your home, school, or your parents' office. It's used in household appliances like your stove and helps bake foods like yummy, delicious cookies. It's even used to help produce electricity. Natural gas was produced underground a long time ago. Much of what we have today started in the time of the dinosaurs. Lots of different layers of rock, soil, water, animal and plants remains stacked up over time, and underground pressure and heat gradually changed those remains into the natural gas that heats your home today. Let's take a closer look at how that happened. First, let's gather all of the materials you will need. You will need a clear Tupperware container or a glass bowl. You're going to need something to represent your plant and animal remains. I went ahead and grabbed some leaves from outside, and I have some real dinosaur and some fish fossils actually here to represent my remains. But you guys can go ahead and get creative with what you have around the house. Maybe you guys could use goldfish to represent some fish remains, or you could draw your own dinosaur bones or your own plants. You're also going to need some rocks or gravel from outside. You will need some dirt or some soil. You will also need some sand. Now, if you don't have any sand, you could maybe use some crackers and crush those up, or you could even use some Play-Doh if you have that around the house. And finally, you will need some plastic wrap to represent your water. So go ahead and let's grab all of the materials that we need. Now that we've gathered all of our materials, we're going to go ahead and start to build our layers. So you're going to start with your clear container, and what we're going to do is we're going to line the bottom of it with our rocks, because when we dig down far enough down into the earth, you'll eventually arrive at a point where it's all rock. So let's go ahead and put our rocks down now. And then what we're going to do is, after our layer of bedrock, we're going to cover that with some soil to represent our earth. So once you have your rocks lined up at the bottom, we're going to go ahead and grab some of our soil and do a layer of earth on top, just like this. And be sure you don't want to make a mess in your house as we get our earth onto our rocks. Perfect. So now we have our 2 layers so far. We have our bedrock and our layer of earth. So next what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put down some of our plant and animal remains, because a long time ago they roamed the earth and then they eventually fell in the dirt and began to decay. So I'm going to go ahead and put my dinosaur bones and my old fish fossils down in here from a long time ago, and our plant and animal remains here. And then what happened is they also got covered up with some dirt and soil. So we're going to put some more dirt and soil on top of our plant and animal remains. Perfect. And after that, what we're going to do is we're going to seal that with some of our sand and silt, because that's what also fell on top a very, very long time ago. So now we're going to take our sand or your crushed up crackers, if that's what you have at home, and we're going to cover up our plant and animal remains. Perfect. And then over time, we had our ocean come in. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our plastic wrap and we're going to cut some of that off. And this is going to represent our ocean. So we're going to have a layer of water on top, just like that. And then over time, we had new plants and animals come along. So this is where I'm going to take our little fish fossil and put him on top. And there we have it. If you go ahead and take a look in the side of your container, we can clearly see the different layers that have built up over time. The underground heat and pressure of the earth helped form this natural gas. Now that we know a little bit more about how natural gas is made and its uses, let's talk about how we transport it from the earth to our homes. Natural gas is first pumped out of the ground using a pipeline. Then it is piped to storage. After that is processing, where dirts and other contaminants are separated from the gas. After processing is compression, where the natural gas gets pressed together so that it moves fast through the pipes, where it finally moves to either a power plant to make electricity or directly to factories and homes. But today we are just going to look at the pipeline and pumping portions of this process. Now we are going to learn to make our own pipeline. To create our own model, we will first need to gather our materials. We will need straws to represent our pipeline, tape to connect our pipes together, a cup of water or your favorite drink to represent the gas deep inside of the earth. Today I'm going to use cranberry juice so that it's a little bit easier to see through my yellow straws. You're going to need a towel on hand in case we spill any liquid, and a pen or a pencil and paper to keep track of our observations. Now that we have all of our materials gathered, let's make some predictions. Today we are going to pump our liquid using different lengths of pipelines. We will use 1, 2, and 5 straws. Which length do you think will be the easiest to pump? Which length do you think will be the hardest? Go ahead and write down your predictions and we will compare them with our results after our experiment. Let's start with 1 straw. Go ahead and put it into your drink and we're going to pump the liquid up. Was that easy or hard? Did it take a long time to pump the liquid all the way through the straw? Or was it pretty quick to fill the straw full of liquid? Go ahead and write down your observations for 1 straw underneath where you wrote your prediction. Now let's pump with 2 straws. We are going to secure 2 straws together using a piece of tape. Now you need to make sure that it's airtight, so you might need mom or dad's help with this one. And when you're done, it's going to look a little something like this. Now, do you think it's going to take more time or less time to remove the liquid? Let's try and see. Was that easier or harder than 1 straw? Did it take more time or less time to fill the 2 straws all the way with the liquid? Write down your observation for 2 straws. Let's make our next pipe out of 5 straws. You may need your mom or dad's help with this one too. And if you need to pause the video to complete your pipeline, go ahead and do that now. Now let's pump with 5 straws. What are your predictions? Do you think it'll be easier or harder to pump? Do you think it will take more time or less time to remove the liquid? Go ahead and write down your predictions and let's investigate. What were your results? Was it more difficult with fewer straws or more straws? Very good. It did take longer to pump and fill all 5 straws with liquid. Why do you think it was harder to pump with 5? While we explore, go ahead and record your results on your paper. So what do you think caused the 5 straws to be more difficult for us to pump? Very good. It's gravity. Gravity is that invisible force that pulls one object toward another. Earth's gravity pulls us down to the earth, and what keeps you and me from floating off into space, and is what helps keeps this liquid in the cup. Gravity is what's pulling down on the liquid, making it harder for us to pump it up long distances. So if we have 5 straws, that means it is 5 times longer than our 1 straw, which is 5 times more liquid and 5 times more weight that gravity is pulling down back on the liquid. This is very similar to how natural gas is pumped out of the earth, except when pumping gas or oil, they have to use a lot of power and use something much larger to pump it for miles. So make sure you tune in next week to explore a way we could make our own pump out of common household items. Great job today, scientists! Be sure to take pictures or videos of you and your child making your own pipelines and tag @Tumbles Creek. If you want to see more content like this, be sure to subscribe and like us on Facebook and Instagram @Tumbles Creek. Bye!
Goodbye, see you next time. Have a great day. Goodbye, see you next time. That's when we'll play. Goodbye, see you soon. Have a good afternoon. Goodbye, see you next time. That's when we'll play. Goodbye for today.